Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the one third of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan. Um, I want to go into the reading of Psalms 37, okay? And I pray this to be edifying. But first, I'm starting with the book of Job 9 and 24. It's just a reminder to our people, Yasharala, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, including you speckled birds that look like the other nations, but your father's lineage, his seed, comes directly back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the progenitors, okay? All right? This is a warning that no matter what we're facing right now, be strong and endure. So this is the book of Job 9 and 24. The earth, the whole earth, okay? And we can get that. Okay. This is I IR IR Tizah.
Strong's H 776. Eretz. Eretz.
Aratazar. Okay? And see, I'm used to uh, uh, eon. That means a period of time. Cosmos, which is our family. The arrangement, which people think when they say God so loved the world, John 3:16, they think that they mean the world where he means our family. That's cosmos. And then Oka meaning the planet. But here it says, I'm gonna have to get this downsized a little bit, Salakia. Um, yeah, Arataza, Arataza. Okay, land, earth, whole earth. Okay, as a as opposed to a part, the earth. Okay, so the whole inhabitations of the earth. All right, I just want to make that point. All right, so once again, Job 9 and 24, the earth. Okay, is which I once again I know is oikomenes, all right, is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. When did he cover the faces of the judges? I was just looking at somebody bragging about the painting, Michelangelo, the where the fat naked Edomite with his finger pointing at another naked Edomite, supposed to symbolize God touching Adam, which is a total abomination, blasphemy. Okay, King David and the rest of the Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Shai, not that Caesar Boisier with the stringy dog hair, not him. Okay, he's covered the faces of all of our judges. Okay, even in modern times have he tried to do this, do away with the fame of Yasharala and replace it with his own name. Okay, for instance, taking our name to begin with. Okay, he covered the faces of the judges. The judges are the election. Okay, he wants us not to even be associated to our identity. Okay, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And he has been identified. Hey, uh, the The wicked is showing his veins right now. It's showing those horns of coming out. Okay, we're living in a time where those in the know, we believe, we have full faith in the Bible. Thus far, we believe in regeneration. We believe in reincarnation. We know that you come back and you live out your lot. Okay, so we got DJ Trump, Nero, resembling him, resembling the Buster Nero, and definitely coming in the lot of Nero, meaning he's playing out the will of Yahweh Bashem Shah in the same manner that Nero did. Now you got Elon Musk claiming that he believes that he is reincarnated Alexander the Greek, which is fine. That's cool because that's crazy. That would mean that Yahweh Bashem Shah has set up the the beginning of Edom's reign when they came up out of the when after they got healed from that deadly wound to up into the time where Nero brought Rome down. Okay, so he's got these all of this playing out in the same at the same time is what I'm trying to say. See, this world is more occupied now because we're at the end of this wicked reign. Okay, we're at the end of this eon, this rulership. All right, and before we get to this Psalms 37, which is the focus of this lesson, we're gonna hit on Job one more time. Job 20 and 5. Okay, but at 4, Job 20 and 4. Knoweth thou not this of old? See, of old, before Job's time, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short. And yo, it doesn't look short because, you know, a day with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is 1,000 years with us. So no, this doesn't look short. But it is. This is a speck of time compared to the kingdom that we will be given. Okay? The triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Now, who is the hypocrite? Well, we could point directly to DJ Trump. We could point directly to Elon Musk, the biggest warfare queens on earth, taking all of your resources and money to hoard it to themselves. Okay, we could go into being a criminal. Somebody saying that they want to lock up all the criminals when you're a 30-something time felon. Okay, does that make sense? I wish I had your lawyers to defend me, man. Okay, not that I want to be in the trouble that you place yourself in, but still. All right, the hypocrite. This is just Elon Musk going through shredding up the economics of United States of America, which is the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So we say Tawada because this is the necessary that must come. This fence must come. But saying that this is unprofitable, that's unprofitable, when nothing that these two men touch actually gain. Okay, everything they put their hands to fail, but they're lifted up. Okay, because why? Ignorance, folly is lifted up in great. Come on now, I don't want to hack that, but folly is lifted up. Is folly is wickedness and folly is paraded. Okay, and this man's rulership. Okay, in his eon, in his kingdom. Okay, so we know the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. We've identified the wicked, starting with Edom and the other 16 nations, and also the 2/3 of our people. But the head of the wicked is Esau, Edom. All right, led by Amalek, the least of the flock. Those genociders that you see that are occupying our land right now, unrighteously. Okay, now let's get to the topic of today. Psalms 37. And I'm going to try to make this, within a reasonable time, but there's some precepts to go along with this. Okay. Psalms 37, a psalm of David, King David, all right? Our king, the house that we pray that we're building now, okay? The election. The one, starting with the 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, okay? Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the works of iniquity. Now, you get, and this is a major, this starts off, this kicks off major, because is it not easy to see that everything that this man has, once again, Job just said the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He controls all things. He has the yachts, the Allens, the 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 ability to consume this, to consume that, while we have to sit back and just be spectators, all the way down to the wicked 2/3 of our people who took that Judas bag, okay, to live deliciously on this side, to have a little bit extra more than you, Jake, than the common Jake. They literally sold their bows, P Diddy and all them type of mannerisms, all your celebrities and whatnot, just to have that little extra, okay, on this side, but nowhere near the elites though, okay. So we're gonna kick that off with Psalms. Hopefully, I can move through here real quick. With Psalm 73 and 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. And once again, I would assume we've all been through this. Okay, I'm going through a situation right now. You see, I've been missing from these videos for a month. I've actually not had a phone or any connection. I'm going through it right now. I don't want to speak too much on my conditions, but I just prayed through Yahweh Shem Yahushua that He have Kasad, that's mercy upon me, and bring me through this. Meanwhile, I still have work to do. So right now I'm working off a device that doesn't belong to me, but so what? The water Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I'm able to do this work, so here we go. So once again, um, Psalm 73 and 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. And it's once again, it's right in front of your face. They own everything, okay? They have it on this side. Now, what I will say is everything they own will be destroyed. As the scriptures tell us, the elements shall melt away with fervent heat. And elements is everything that you see and breathe, including our bodies. That's why we must be saved, okay? And we're going to get to that too. We must be saved out of this condition because, hey, everything here, especially over here in United Snakes of America, spiritual Babylon, is scheduled to be destroyed out of here, okay? Salakia, this is a little different than the format I'm used to, even on the blue letter. Back to Psalms 37. This is an Android, which I really prefer over my Apple. I just got comfortable. I've gotten used to the Apple. But I like this Mobiz app, the way how you could record a lot better on here. Okay. So once again, verse 1, a psalm of David. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the works of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass that withereth, as the green herb. Okay, so once again, I told you guys that all the elements is gonna melt with fervent heat, and the earth will shake back and forth like a drunkard off the earthquakes that are created from them ICBM, those intercontinental ballistic missiles. Also, the high concentrated lasers coming up out those um, chariots led by Yahweh Shah and the host, the army. Okay, putting in work on the evil. Okay. All right, I got one for that too. This is Psalms 84 and 12. Oh Yahweh oh Yahweh Bashmi Shah of hosts, blessed is the man that trusteth in thee. Okay, in thee. That's the whole purpose of right now of this Canaan, meaning grace. Period. That we're in. That you learn to put your trust in Him, because those that trust in themselves, you're gonna be by yourself in that time. Anybody that don't know his true proper name will not be saved. You will, I don't care who you are, you will not be saved in that day. Okay? So who put their trust in who? Yahweh. Yah, he, Howah, exists, be, Ba, Ha, Shem, Ba, Ha, okay? In, Ba, in, Ha, the, Sham, name. So Hashem can't be the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It simply means name. And once again, that is funny how you would say his name is Hashem. It's not funny. It's this the proof that the Bible's true, that you cannot speak on the true name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai because you are not the true people. Okay? And even the 2/3 of our people seem to not be able to can get his name right out their mouth, because once again, they're scheduled for death. 2/3 of our people. Okay? So it's not Hashem. That's in the name, okay? And then they say anti-Semitic, which is not even part of the Bible. You can't point out a Semitic verse in the Bible, okay? So they confuse the name, and then they use Hebrew to it's just a shit show, all right? But Bahashem, in the name, Yahweh, Shai, Yah, he, Howah Shai, salvation, delivered, okay? What else we got on this one? We're going to go over to Hebrews 11 and 39. And those all having obtained a good report through faith receiveth not the promise. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. Salaki, I don't think I meant to grab that. Okay? For real. Okay, moving on in Psalms 37. Trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and do good, so shall thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Okay? And what is he feeding us with right now? This wisdom, okay? This wisdom and this mercy through the wisdom, all right? Elder Apostle Gabar did the lesson that going into the treasure of this wisdom, how valuable it is. And it is. I mean, it's like the precious jewels that you have to search for and dig for. It just doesn't come easy, and it's not given to everybody. It just is not. It's not for them to obtain it, okay? So Tawada Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? Verse 4, delight thyself also in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart, and in due time. In due time, that's part of being patient, okay? Waiting on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai with understanding that he is not a man that he can lie. And what he told King David, when King David went to Sheba, I would have gave you all of these things. I've given you the kingdom. I would give you all things, but put your trust in me, okay? And as we know, King David repented, and also we know that he is of the election, or he just might have been put to death, okay? But it wasn't the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to punish him in that way, okay? And ultimately, all of us deserve death. You know what I mean? I know I do, for the iniquities that I've committed against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So I'm patient, and I pray for kasad, which is mercy, okay? This is Isaiah 58 and 14. Then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob, okay, thy father, for the mouth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has spoken it. So once again, in time, the inheritance will come back to us, Yasharallah, for it belongs to us all alone, Okay? I gotta do something about this. I'm clowning. Salakia, bear with me. Turn this down a little bit. Okay, that's better. Salakia. Once again, this device is a loaner, and I'm Thawada Yahal Bashim Yawashai. For real. Okay, back to the book of Psalms 37. Okay, 5. Commit thy way unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Once again, I'm simply say this. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is not a man that he can lie. All right. So if you had the strength to endure, and let's get that real quick. Well, it's been a minute. Salakia. We're going to the book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes, known as Sirach, chapter 2. Verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, prepare thyself for temptations. Set thy heart, thy lob, thy mind upright, and continuously endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou may be increased at thy last end. And that's what we just read. That's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna make us to mount up as eagles, okay, and give us that ongoing strength that we need. All right. And beyond that, okay, that what he actually desires us to have. He does not, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua does not desire for us to be in this low state. This is just him chastising us. Read the book of Deuteronomy 28 and many other chapters, but definitely read Deuteronomy 28, 15 and down to 68 about what will happen for us disobeying him. Okay? Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. And that and that take cheerfully is not backflip and do and cheerlead and jump up and down and go, yay, I'm going through hard times. No, it's an understanding. It goes directly into what's about to say now. And be patient when thou art changed to a what? A low estate. So this is the will of Yahweh Basmi Shai, that we go through this, which is known as straits. And straits means rough, rugged, tough, hard to bear. Okay? It is not straight. It's not like this is a straight line, but it is a straight line. But to walk it takes a true man of Yahweh Basmi Shai. It's not any imposter. Okay? And he's been separating the real from the fake. That's why I pray to Yahweh Bashim Shah that I not fall off. Okay? So once again, number 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Take with understanding. Okay? And be patient. What is patience? Waiting and suffering. When thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire. What is gold? A precious mineral. Okay? And acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. And this is all throughout these scriptures. You can't get around it. Okay? This is the will, once again, of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that we go through these things to increase, to bring about, to try us, as he just said, to purge out the weak, what do I say, minerals out of us, like just like it like what goes through the process of these jewels, you getting out was not needed, and it's retaining what is of value. Okay. Verse 6, Psalms 37 and verse 6, and he shall bring forth the righteousness as the light, and thy judgments as the noonday. See? Okay. Once again, that's that part of that purging. Rest in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and wait patiently for him. Did we not just read that? Okay. What does that say? 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. 4. Gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way upright and trust in him. Okay? 7. Ye that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, wait for his kasad, his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Okay? Ye that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. All right? So once again, Psalms 37:7, rest in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man whom bringeth wicked devices to pass. Okay? Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. So look, the Bible says be angry but do not sin. All right? And hell, man, I got a lot to be angry for. To be honest with you, mainly towards myself though. I can't front. You know, I'll tell man to say fuck what everybody's done to me and this and that. This is at this point is, what have I done to myself? What have I done to be closer to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? What have I done to bring forth Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's judgment upon thyself? Okay, this is Psalm 73:3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Okay. And that came back up. Okay, so once again, that's what he's telling us. When as you see this go on, don't be jealous of them, man. They got their reward. They have their reward. Okay, hey, believe me when I say the wicked will have their reward. So no matter what they're looking like right now, what they driving in, riding on, sitting on, living in, they have their reward, and it will be punishment. This is the book of Ephesians. Okay. 4:26. Be angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Well, didn't I? I didn't have to read that to quote that. I'm living it. You know, a lot of things are coming at me sideways, and I'm seeing a lot. And man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I know some dogs. I hear about these dogs where I work that they're living better than me. I'm just gonna put it like that, man. Let's just put it out in the open. I know some dogs. I'm like, God damn, man. You don't know how good you got it, but fuck it. Would I want to be a dog? Hell no. I prefer being a man of Yasharala. But I prefer before being a dog. I prefer to be once again, a man of Yasharala. Okay, for real. Let's get that point. But hey, I know some dogs out here that appear to be eating better than me right now. So, hey, it is what it is. In all due time, man, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will restore everything that he has promised to us. Okay? And once again, that is a promise. This is the book of Psalms. Back to Psalms 37. Yeah, but cease from anger, because that's not going to help. And it's okay to be upset. You know what I mean? He said, once again, be angry but sin not. Okay? For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, they shall inherit the earth. You hear this promise? The earth. Okay? We just read that the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. Okay? Well, on that note, the Lord is not a contradictor. So let me grab this. And we also read that the triumph of the wicked is for but a short time. Okay? Let's get this second Esdras 6:56. And we're going to start at 54. And after After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all creatures, of him came we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. See, the people whom thou hast chosen, Yasharala, he Prince of Power, you so called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, also you speckled birds that look like every other nation and nationality, but your father's seed, not your mother, your father's seed comes directly back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All these have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because thou madest the world for our sake. Didn't he just say that? Okay. Um, verse 9 of Psalms 37, for evildoers shall be cut out, but those that wait upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they shall inherit the earth. Okay, so Edris is telling us this. All right. As for the other people which also came of Adam, thou hast said that thou art nothing, but be but be like unto spittle, and has likened them the abundance of them Salakian. All right, I'm gonna start over with this. Second Esdras 6:56. For as the other people, the other nations, the 17 nations out of 18, which also come from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. That is the code, one of the coldest disses in the Bible. Spit, man, the disrespect that the Lord says that He has for these nations, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And let's get that to back that up. That's a beautiful backup right there. That is in the book of, it's either Isaiah 40 or Jeremiah 40. Let's try Isaiah first. And 15. Yes, here it is. The water Abba. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of a balance. That's another disc, the small dust of a balance. The dust cannot move a balance. I weigh out product every day. Okay, behold, he taketh up the allens as a very little thing. And oh, you're gonna see a lot of that coming now. Tsunamis, earthquakes, they're about to start hitting, especially when these ICBMs start going back and forth. Okay, the Lebanon's is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof significant for a blunt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him as less than nothing, and vanity. And we know that's what idols go into, vanity of no value. Okay, and when it said all people, he's definitely not talking about the nation who he chose, because he chose us. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you get the point where we coming from. The Lord has chosen us and He loves us, but yet He's still willing to allow us to suffer as part of His plan. This is His movie, okay? This is verse 10, 37 and verse 10, Psalms 37 and 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Hey, we read that. Yea, they shall diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. Okay? And I'm gonna go get it again. Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but a few moments. Okay, and we know that the Lord is going to disrupt his enterprise, knock it straight out of his hand. What's his enterprise? Was he setting up right now through this digital currency, which is going to overall translate into the MOTB? Okay, that Mark quoted in Revelations 13:16 down to 18. Okay, the charagma, the charax, which goes into a stake, a pail, that syringe that will be used to implant that device into your hand or your forehead. And we know that the technology's here. The only thing we're waiting for is the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to mandate it. Okay, then, okay, then it's on. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So hey, this is it's not long, man. We just gotta endure. Okay, number 10 again. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, though thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. And that's 9, what 10, and it shall not be. Okay, let me see what this Hebrews got to say. Hebrews 10 and 36. See, on Apple, the blue letter will break up these verses and you go directly to it. And then on the red letter, you got to, or on the 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 other Bible, the King James Bible, I would have to scroll through. But on this, on the Android, the King James 1611 allows me to directly punch to the verse that I'm looking for, just like the blue letter would on the Apple. Okay. So it's kind of like a reverse situation going on here. Hebrews 10 and 36. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and he will not tarry. And who is that speaking of? Yahweh Shai and the host. Okay, this is and look, he will not tarry. Wait for it. Okay, and this is all truth being spoken out, and it's repetitive. That's how we know that it's truth, because we're actually living in these times right now. It's not hiding itself from those in the know, from the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is giving this understanding to. Okay, this is playing out in perfect time. Okay, for ye, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. And what can we say? We begging, we waiting for this day to come. All right, we are waiting for this day to come patiently. Once again, taking with suffering, whatever comes at us, for this moment that we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has prepared for us. This is Matthew 5:5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Okay, that's red letter. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua speaking these words. Okay, to who? To Yasharallah, not to the whole, to all the kingdom. And what does that say above that? 4. Blessed are they that mourn. Okay, not going to mirth, not dance around and club it up and party to the return of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. No, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Okay. Hey. So once again, we see the promises of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua coming to light, and we see his works. All right, we see the works of the right hand through the prophets, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and then you Akim that put in work, like-minded, diligent man, and we see the works of the wicked. That we see him building up this enterprise, which means that the scriptures must be telling us the truth. We even see the deceitful prophets flip flop and go back and forth on their unwavering message, because they're not the true prophets set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, at least to be of righteousness. Psalms 37. Okay, and 11 again. Salaki. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and garnish upon him with his teeth. That's right, and they're doing that right now. Trump, Trump, Musk, and the rest of the actually the elites. Never give these men that much credit. They're puppets. If we see them, they're puppets. But they're doing that right now through this draconian speak. Okay, that dragon is coming up once again. Um, Revelations 13. Okay, and he spoke as a dragon, and he's doing it right now. Hey, bro. I've really been having thoughts of John on the Isle of Patmos, and it's been dwelling in my heart. And a salt mine, man. Them days are coming back. Hey, though that those prisons. He's talking about reopening Alcatraz. Bottom line, they already got the concentration camps set up and ready to go. Near me, near you, near everywhere. They're everywhere. If you over here in spiritual Babylon and throughout the world, they have them. Okay, and soon they won't be hidden anymore. Hell, they're talking about making the whole coast of California damn near a concentration camp. So you know, hey, we're in it once again. We're the water Yahweh Bashmi Shah. We're in these days, okay. Uh, yeah, I guess that spoke for itself. Um, I'm gonna read that one more time. 12. The wicked plotteth against the just and garnish upon him with his teeth. All right. Revelations 13 and 11. Revelations 13 and 11. And behold, another beast came up out the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. Okay? We want that dragon. G 1404.
Strong's G 1404. Drakon. Drakon.
Dracon. Okay? Draconium. Okay? A dragon, a great serpent, a name of for Satan. Okay? And we know that Draconian goes back to Athens. He was harsh harsh leader with harsh rulership. You jaywalk, you could get hung. Okay? You get the gallows for jaywalking. You know what I mean? You steal something, you steal a piece of bubble gum, you may be beheaded. Okay? So he goes into a very harsh dictatorship, and that's exactly what Nero, DJ Trump, wants to be part of right now. That's who he looks up to. Those that not presidents, but those who have been given that power to be of authority. Now, once again, he is a puppet. Don't get it twisted, but he is playing out his role very well. Okay. And ultimately, it's just the left hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua doing what he promised to do. All right? The story is going to go exactly as it's been written in these scriptures. Not altered, not changed, and definitely not according to somebody else's book. Okay? Um, Psalms 37 and 13. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his days is coming. Oh, yeah. Okay, and how do we know this? Because once again, they're the elite are witnessing what's out there and what you call outer space. Okay, and in the heavens. All right, and they see these chariots and they know what they are. They know they're not unidentified. They know that they're the vehicles written of in these scriptures. Okay, and they know who's in them. Yahweh Shai and those mighty black men, the angels. Okay, with what you would call black, brown. Brown complected angels, okay, from Yasharallah, okay. The wicked have drawn out the sword, yes they have, with all the devices given to them through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the sword. Who gave the wicked the sword? Isaac, who is who? Yahweh Shai, okay. More proof that this was the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bows to cast down the poor and the needy. And oh, and they doing it. And they look up Hunger Games. That's the condition that they want the United States of America in, ultimately the whole world. Do your research. Georgia Guidestones is blown up, but the thought, the vision, is still lives on. Okay, to cast down the poor and the needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Now, who is that? Who is the upright conversation? There's only one group of people I can think of with upright conversation, and that is the election, starting with who Yahweh Shah has appointed, the prophets. Let me read this real quick. So you don't think I'm making this up. This is Amos 3. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city? What is a trumpet blown for? For warning. And the people not be afraid. Sure, there'll be evil. Are we in there in these evil times now? Of course we are. In the city, and Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, has not done it. Surely the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Allah power, will do nothing. But he revealeth his secrets unto who? His servants, the prophets. Okay? So going back to this, Psalms 37. Where was he at? About 15? Yes. Okay. Um 14. The wicked drawn out their swords, and they have bent their bows to cast down the poor and the needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. That upright conversation is coming out the mouths of the apostles, the elders, and the Akim, starting at Great Millstone. And I pray that I'll be of a like-minded of a like-minded Rikah spirit. Okay, that's who they want to destroy ultimately on this side. Okay, they hate us, and guess what? One of my favorite. I'll probably have to read this later on this evening. Psalms 139. Once again, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, our King David. Now we're going to scroll down here to 20. Okay, 19. Psalms 139 and 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody man. And that's exactly what they are. They got blood on their hands, joint after joint after joint, missile after missile after missile. Okay, genocide right now, led by the little hatters, and on and on. With not only is he genociding, but planning to do it again. What did Yahweh Bashem Yahushua say? You will see wars and rumors of wars. Okay, for thy speak against thee wickedly. The Lord said, the Bible says we must destroy Amalek. Bitch, you are Amalek. Okay, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. Hashem. that's not his name, and his name is not Jesus either. You idiots! It's Yahweh Shai. Okay. Do not I hate them, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that hate thee? Who wrote this? This is the Psalm of King David. Do not I hate them, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that hate thee? Who hate thee first? Esau. He told us that for the time of my father's mourning, then shall I slay my brother Jacob. Well, that's in the book of Genesis. That's in the book of Genesis 27. 40, verse 40. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? So, Bishop Nate, have you learned the hate of the Edom, or are you still taking that check and you more or less love them? Okay? You having Edom bring you in on that horse? Come on, man. You don't hate the wicked. You in bed with them. That's why you have a problem with hating them, because you're in bed with them. You're being fed by the wicked. Okay? Meanwhile, what did Yahweh Bashem Yahushua say? In 15, their sword shall enter into their... Oh, hold on, Salakia. 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy. That is our people. Okay? And to slay such as be of upright conversation. Okay, 15. Their sword shall enter into their own hearts, and their bows shall be broken. And hey, that is true, because what does it say? The Egyptian versus Egyptian. Don't ever forget, Russia's Edomites, okay? United States is Edomites. Canada's Edomites, okay? The EU is Edomites. They got conflicts amongst each other. It's not just the other nationalities. The actual tip of the hate starts amongst themselves. Okay, so yes, he will make their swords to go into each other, because we know for a fact Russia gonna send them boys over here. That's Edom on Edom. Like you've always heard, black on black crime. No, it's Edom on Edom. Okay, ultimately. And of course, Yahweh Shah gonna come with the host and finish him off. But meanwhile, the fight, they will go against their own selves. Okay, that's right. 15. Let's see what they got to say. K here. And I should get that, man. And I should. Hold on. Yeah, let's get that. Might as well. Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. See, this is a promise. Nobody's making this up, and we're seeing it. We're seeing this play out in real time. So how can you not have faith that Yahweh Bashim Shah's word is truthful and faithful? Okay, it's playing out right in front of you. All right. A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wicked. Okay, and hey, that's just something you gotta faithfully have your whole heart in, engaged in, and believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, what he has for you is what he has for you. In due time, he will bless us with more and more. Hey, the scriptures say, be faithful until death, and you will receive a crown. And that's what we have to have, that mentality. Okay? A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. So all these elites put together cannot compare to, first of all, this gift that we've been given, that we're of Yasharallah, that you're not of one of these other nations, Moab, Ham, uh, obviously Edom. You don't definitely want to be Edom, but just not even have to be one of these other nations that will always be servitude under us. And even after that 1,000 years is over and they're no longer slaves to Yasharallah, they will still bow down under our rulership for eternity. Okay, and that's the goal right there, to have that life. So the water, okay. 16. That is feel like I read that already, but we're gonna see though here. Hebrews 10 and 36. Okay, we did read this. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Bashem Yashai, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. See, and hey, these precepts are being repeated for a reason. And I when I see them, I read them, and I read them again, because it is the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that that he put this in our life, in our mind, that he beat it into our lives, so we'll understand that these words are truthful and they're faithful. Okay, for the arms, verse 17, Psalms 37:17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but Yahweh Bashim Shah uphold the righteous. Okay, and Yahweh Bashim Shah knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. And once again, these are all promises being made to Yahweh Bashim Shah, and it's his will that we be faithful in understanding that these words shall come to pass, and they are coming to pass. Okay, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. Okay, and well, you know I got to get that. I'm some more good Isaiah. Hold on now. Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore, saith Yahweh Bashim Shah, Allah power, behold, my servants shall eat. Who is his servants? Those was he said, the prophets. We read that Amos 3 and 7. Okay? But my servants shall eat. I'm gonna start over. 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Bashim Shah, Allah power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. See, it's better. Hey, he who laughs now cries later. And there's a lot of people laughing and bucking and dancing right now during this evil time that we're in. Okay? Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of the heart of the loud, but ye shall cry for sorrow of the heart, and shall howl of for vexation of the spirit, the Rakai. So it's better for you to be feeling this pain right now and this chastisement right now than go through it when it's ultimately no more mercy Kasai and Kanan, which is my name, which means grace, which grace goes into a period of time, is no more. Okay? No more found. Okay, Psalms 37, verse 19. They shall not be ashamed in the evil times, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. The water Yahweh Bashim Shah. And see how the verses come together to back up one another? So you notice these precepts, which vocab alone will refer to as Hebrew hopscotching, which I like the term. I Hebrew hopscotch because the scriptures tell us to do that. It says precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Okay? And that's how we learn. All right? So the Bible is just not a straight read through. Genesis 1 to Revelations. I've done read the Bible. You fool. Okay? Psalms 37 and 20. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of Yahweh Bashim shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. Shall they consume away? Okay? But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of Yahweh Bashim Shah shall be as the fat of the lambs. And what is that? Sacrificed. Ooh, that's cold. The fat of the lamb is sacrificed. That's why we're not to eat the fat. They shall consume into smoke. Shall they consume away? Okay? All right, and I got one for that. What's M talking about? Yep, of the lamb. Okay, so once again, we know that we're not to eat the fat of any meat, not alone lamb, but of any meat, because that's the proportion of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, the sacrifice. Okay, but we're gonna go to Revelations, because while this place is being consumed, this is what Yahweh Bashim Al Shah is doing for the righteous. Okay, 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come up out of her, my people, that ye not be partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Once again, we just read what he's going to do. Set this place on fire. Those plagues are those ICBMs. Okay? And that come up here, my come up out of her, my people, is come up here, up into the chariots when we're being delivered. Like Elder uh, Malcolm Chicago would say, beam me up, Scotty. All right, because that's exactly what the angels are going to do to those who are chosen of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, beam them up, okay, up out of this judgment, okay. Man, okay, verse 21, um, Psalms 37, verse 21, the wicked beareth and payeth not again, payeth, come on, not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and grieveth. Okay? Because all we could do at this time is accept that we have sinned against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and pray for his mercy to be for us. Okay, we don't overlook, we don't have another way. There's only one way. This is it was either Peter or Paul who told Yahweh who told Yahweh Shah, we can't turn away from you. We have nothing else but you to believe in. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing. This is 22. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. Hey, remember what happened to those who talked boldly against Moses and Aaron? Donath and Koath and them, they family, not only was they swallowed up, but their families and their possessions was swallowed up with them. All in an instance, he opened up the earth and took them. And people fled for hearing them, hearing the cries of them going down into the earth, and the Lord burned up some of them as well. Okay? Okay, so the Lord is not playing. He's not playing with our people. He's not definitely playing with the wicked. Okay? For such as be blessed in him shall inherit the earth. Okay, starting with the election, because ultimately all of Yasharallah will be saved. Even the most wicked of Yasharallah will be saved because we are of his seed. That's a promise. But you want to be first round pick. You want to be first draft. You want to be rubbing elbows with Yahweh Shai, okay, as a brother, okay? And you want to be in the rulership seat. You want to be part of the come on, man, government of Yahweh of Yasharallah. And they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahweh Bashim Shai, and he delighteth in his way. Okay? Now, we know that Yahweh Bashim Shai has set us up with obligations, okay? These highways and byways. Once again, Baba Kashah, I pray that I be found on these highways and byways before this famine of the word, okay? No excuses. And ultimately doing these lessons, okay, to give edification to the body, all right, and plant the seed that ultimately Yahweh Bashim Shah waters, okay. 23. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahweh Bashim Shah, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for Yahweh Bashim Shah upholdeth him with his hand, and that's all we can pray for. You know, at this point, man, I pray that I am received of Yahweh Bashim Shah. Once again, that I get on my full task. You know, doing this right here on over this phone. This is part of it. But yet I must return to the highways and byways. Okay, I don't want to be found as that servant that hid his talent. Okay, or just half-assed it. Period. You know, if you give all you got for a damn job, for a damn paycheck, why wouldn't you do this for that spiritual check? Ultimately, which is going to determine how you live on forever, or even if you're judged or not. Okay. I know they got something for that one. Okay. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, seed, nor his seed begging bread. Okay, and I'm a testimony. I don't always know where my next meal is coming from, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushua provided. Okay, and ultimately, hey, it's times where we're supposed to fast anyway. I need one. Okay, so you're never forsaken of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And if you got to starve at the end of the day, it's His will. Okay, for real. But I'm gonna read this again. 2025. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Okay, He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. And once again, ultimately, how do we know that Allah Yasharala will be saved? Because He's going to remove sin from our heart, our life. And sin is what causes death, okay? Without sin, you don't die, all right? Your sin goes into our diets, even the clothes that we wear, the fabrics we wear cause us to go off, and it actually brings forth cancers and whatnot, inflations to our, cancers to our body, okay? So we dwell right now in this flesh and we dwell in sin, but overall, ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to remove that from His nation, okay? And the rest of these nations will still be found out here sinning, and they will be corrected, and they will be punished, and even punished to death for it, okay? By the hands of who? Yasharallah, He Prince of Power, okay? The real judges, not the fake judges that you see now in these black robes and taking bribes, wicked bribes, and doing wicked things to cover up their own wicked and filthiness. Like for instance, where's the Epstein list? Ain't seen it. Okay, for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua loveth judgment, and forsaketh not His saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. And we know that seed goes into Edom, and they definitely will be cut off. After they do their 1,000 years of servitude, they're gone. Big bonfire. Okay? The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. And that's exactly Salakia, what our apostles and elders do. They don't spare none, and you Akim. We none of us spare none. If we see it, if we see the division, we mark it, cause mark it, okay, and we call it out for the wickednesses it is, starting with these false prophets, and the wickedness that we see throughout the earth. It's called prophecy, okay. And we speak to Edom of the judgment that's coming to you. That's why they hate us, because we tell the elites, we know who we are. We see you. We got you on the radar, and we know what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to do to you. Ultimately, punish you and cut you off. The law of the law of the law of His Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, His Allah, is in His heart. None of His steps shall slide. Okay, and that's talking about the right man. Okay, ever enduring. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. And ultimately, even once again, this goes all the way to our people. The 2/3 of our people hate the prophets in every way. They mock us, they shun us, they look down on us. They wanna drag you back into the world as a version of love in you. want you to still be part of that Christianity bullshit and that the falsification of Christianity because they don't walk. You know, first of all, you can't be a Christian because Christians are those who follow Hamashiachim. Okay, so if you was a true Christian, you would already know his name is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and you would walk in that way, and you wouldn't deal with a church and all the wickedness of it. So you know, yeah, the wicked look to slay the righteous. Okay, 32. Yep, and okay. 33. Yahweh Bashim Shah will not leave him in his hands, nor condemn him when he is judged. Okay? Well, wait on Yahweh Bashim Shah and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. And that's exactly what we pray for. What greater than to see the downfall of thy enemy? Okay? And that's been a promise from Yahweh Bashim Shah from the beginning. Okay? I'm going to get this Psalms 27 and 14. Wait on Yahweh Bashim Shah. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart, thy lob. Wait and say, wait and say on Yahweh Bashim Shah. Okay? Proverbs 20 and 22. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on Yahweh Bashim Shah, and he shall save thee. And once again, you won't be able to fight Esau's army. I'm trying to tell you, your little ARs, your AKs, your Dracos, your Glocks with the switches ain't got shit. They got joints, they got robots, they got armor with their guns, they got M16s, which is actually outdated to them, but they got way more ammo than you, Jake. So that big bad tough mentality ain't gonna get you shit but slayed in these streets, okay? All right, you take the advice from Yahweh Bashim Shah, wait on him, okay? 35, uh, 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power, and we're seeing that right now, okay? And we're also seeing the downfall of his power and the stupidity that Yahweh Bashim Shah promised in Obadiah that he would take all the wisdom about this man, and that's exactly what these tariffs are doing. Tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. DJ Trump's favorite word, destroying this place, okay? And ultimately, all of Edom is fucking losing their wits about them, okay? Even the elite. I have seen the wicked in great power, and and spread it himself like a green braid tree. That's exactly where he do. Hey, what does it say that he is his desires can't be fulfilled. He owns everything. Now he just wants your soul. Okay, he wants to torture it on top of that. Yet he passeth away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. And we know in the kingdom that's going to be ultimately done. You will not even see a Edomite again. You will not see any traces of Edom. They're gone out of here. Okay? Okay, mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. I want to get this too. Let's get this right here. Mark Shamar.
Strong's H 8104. Shamer. Shamer.
To keep, to guard, to keep guard, observe, give, hide, to keep, have charge of, watch, protect, save, life, watch, watchman, see, to watch for, wait for, okay, okay. Once again, 37, 37 and 37, mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace, okay. And some of us won't have an end. Some of us are going into those chariots. Some of us will be faithful unto death, and some of us are going up into those chariots and won't even see death. Okay? See what this First Kings. And I know this has been a little drawn out. I pray that this has been edifying to the body. First Kings 8 and 61. Let your heart therefore be perfect with Yahweh Bashim Shah, our Allah, our power, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments as at this day. At this day. Okay? At this day. And you know what? That brings me to a precept. Joshua 24 and 14. Now therefore fear Yahweh Bashim Shai and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods, the idols, the vanity, okay, which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and served ye Yahweh Bashim Shai. And if it seem evil, bad times, rye, hard to take unto you, to serve Yahweh Bashim Shai. If all this caused you to feel grievous, I like to say First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11. Those evil men that went out of Yasharallah looking to make license with the Amalek king so they could be just as wicked. And he said, of course you can. Okay? And if it seemed evil unto you to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods vanity which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, once again vanities, idols, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, and your house starts with your temple, we will serve Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, okay? And no other name given but Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. 38. Psalms 37 and 38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of Yahweh Bashim Shai. He is their strength. And in time of trouble, in the time of trouble. And what trouble? What trouble? I don't know nothing about no trouble. You know something about some trouble? You heard about trouble? Jeremiah 30. Is that 6? Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loin, as a woman in travail, and all faces turn into paleness. Can you imagine the fearness of this? This ain't no Scooby-Doo cartoon. This is a true promise. We've had those origins. Remember Miami, 2023? Remember that? There's more to come. Read about it through all out the Bible, okay? In the Apocrypha, through the Old Testament, through the New Testament. The Lord is about to turn it up, and all of these frightening games you played, those creatures are going to crawl up out these labs of Tel Aviv, where they've been doing all this wickedness, okay? Hey, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Of who? Jacob, you so-called African-American, Native American, Hispanics, but he shall be saved out of it, okay? Through what? Through the kasad, the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's right hand. While the left hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is whacking all the wicked, including the 2/3 of our people. Yes. Okay. So 39 again. But salvation of Psalms 37 and 39. But salvation of the righteous is of Yahweh Bashim Shai. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And hey, we know, and it's called Jacob's trouble, but it's the trouble of the world. And Yahweh Bashim Shai shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. And hey, that was the gist of this whole reading. Trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay? Don't fear, and definitely don't be jealous of the wicked, because their time is coming to an end. I pray that this was edifying. Shalom.